Hello, this is Scott Carpenter, and welcome to the Sasquatch Awareness Project. So tonight I'm going to do a little short one. I promised you follow-up on the eye shine in the shadows, and this is like be part 2 or part 1 of 2 of the follow-up. But I had said that during my way out I heard a metallic metal door sound, like a metal door being opened, and then you know, just it's if you can imagine a large steel metal door on steel hinges, and you swing that open and the noise that it makes, and then now I never heard it like close, like when you close them they'll bang and rattle, but but just the actual thing of sliding this open, or even a sliding metal door where you slide it on rollers, and you get that metal vibration sound along with the steel on steel as as it opens and closes, and so that's what I'm going to play for you. I found it, I isolated it, I enhanced it the best I could. The interesting thing, in the woods, to my ears, it sounded like a metal door, which is what I described. Now, the sound that got recorded is different. It's just different. But, and I have a GoPro 11, and it's got a pretty, the microphone on this guy is pretty good. So, so this hinge door, metal door sound, or sliding, however you want, on rollers, whatever, where, it was, for me, in my ear in the woods, it was very pronounced. Now, there's 2 instances. I heard it, stopped, commented that I heard it, and then took a few more steps and heard it again in about the same location. And I would guess it was up in the woods. The sound was coming maybe 75, 100 yards away, maybe, probably, that's probably too far, probably more in the 50 to 75 yards away. And the sound was low to the ground. It sounded like it didn't sound like it was up in the trees, it sounded like it was on the ground. And there was some wind, but it was, it was light to moderate, so I don't remember any wind, that was the ice maker. Don't remember any wind of significance at the time. I mean, you may hear it blowing in the background around I don't think it was blowing very hard at all. So, and I'm not going to illustrate it because it needs to be, you need to hear it direct. So, so it is 4K, but that doesn't matter. But I like I said, I've enhanced it to cut and play, and I'll loop it 3 or 4 times for you, and then we'll just and then I'll just end the video. But it's very interesting. Many people have equated this metal door sound in the wood, especially out in the woods or out in the middle of a place where there won't be a metal door, have equated this with the opening and closing portals. And as I even mentioned that, because Dave Pilates, my friend, mentions that sound in his videos. I think on one of the Missing Hunters, 401 Hunters, I think one of the witnesses talks about hearing this sound. and in the woods before or after somebody went missing. And so, you know, it's a hypothesis, it's a theory that this could, with the air quotes, be the sound. I've heard this sound before, this metal sound. This is not the first time I've heard it. I've heard it in the Smoky Mountains. I've heard it in another research area on Tellico Lake. This was on Tellico Lake, but it wasn't in the old research area. This was in a different area where I just exercise, walk, and enjoy myself. And I've heard this. I've also heard metallic sounds, like metallic buzzing. I've heard that in the Smokies. Definitely, I've heard it like it's just like a mechanical buzz, like a machine is running, like, you know, on top of a mountain where there's nothing. And that was associated with I don't know why, but there was a gazillion black flies all over the place in this area. It wasn't the flies buzzing, but they seemed to be attracted to this noise or whatever this phenomenon was. And so this is not the first time I've heard weird sounds, but this is the first time, well, second time I've been able, because I'll tell you here in a second, but this is the second time I've actually been able to get it on the microphone where I can play it back and you can hear it. Now, twice in the Smokies, I have heard what sounds like a bugle, like an old army bugle being blown. And I have that sound. I've got it on one of my videos, and you can hear it, and I've played it, but it's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like someone is on top of a ridge above me blowing one of those bugles. Now it sounds, I mean, it's not like they're not carrying a tune. It sounds like it varies in intensity and note. It's, you know, it sounds like they're choking a goose. You know, it's not like a crescendo or a note that's played. It started off like a single note, and then it varied, and then it got kind of garbly, like someone was choking a goose. So, and I've heard that twice on two different occasions. And one time I got it recorded real good. The second time, yeah, so that was the other time. So these weird sounds are not uncommon, and you know, creaking and trees snapping or trees swinging back and forth and making sounds. I'm used to that. I know what that sounds like. But these sounds are, you know, like the bugle sound is a bugle. You know, these are metal. You know, this is a, for me anyway, to my ear, it's, you know, it's a metal sound. It's a metal on metal, you know, or, you know, like when the buzzing sound, it was a mechanical, like someone had a machine on. You know, I'm out in the middle of nowhere on top of a mountain, you know, 3.5, 4 miles back on a trail. You know, I've actually covered this ridge top. I'm walking multiple times. There's nothing up there except woods and, you know, and trees and stuff. And I'm hearing, you know, it's like if I walked to the top of the hill and looked up there, I would see some sort of mechanical machine running. That's exactly what it sounded like. It didn't sound like a tractor. It didn't sound like anything I'd ever heard before, you know, as far as, you know, something I could recognize, other than it sounded like a machine running. I mean, that buzzing. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play this a few times. Use headphones. That's the best way. And be warned, I get the volume, you know, I enhance the volume, so don't let it blow your, you know, blow your eardrums out. But so be careful when you're listening, you know, kind of ease the sound up, you know, to gauge where you need to be. But hope you enjoy it, and this is, you know, I'm glad I was able to get this for you, and I'm working on it. The last video, of course, was the it was the deer getting jumped, and that was it happened. It was the most recent hike. I'd actually gone back up to the same area to do follow-up with those for the eye shine, and I'm working on that, and I'll have that for you hopefully in the next few days. but I had this ready and I want to go ahead and get it up. And like I said, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it, listen. Some of you may have heard that, but this sound before. Like I said, I wish it sounded like it sounded to me in the woods, which was the door, metal door. But what it sounds like and what got recorded, two different things. But that's what it was. So enjoy, and I hope y'all have a good week, and we'll talk to you later. Sounded like a portal just opened, closed, metal door sound.